Hey guys, welcome to another video. I'm trying to find a quiet place to do a little intro. I'm here at the Academy Awards Museum. This is the second day it is open. It's the grand opening weekend. I'm just, wandering around. We did get a map that I'll look through as well to kind of see where we want to go, what we want to see. So far it's pretty cool. It's a pretty neat experience. I know I haven't gotten into the really deep and museum-y stuff. So far I've just seen the Steven Spielberg exhibit, which you will see in just a moment, and there's a little gallery kind of area with some Los Angeles movie premieres. But I think total there's 4 or 5 stories, and I know there's one floor they said we're not allowed to take pictures or videos, so I'll try to describe what's going on up there. But stay tuned and let's see how the rest of the museum is.
about as any man in our time. When it comes to that, this is just my goal.
Oscar goes to Steven Spielberg.
Okay.
Let me just start by saying that
in the talent that we're making to breathe life. John brought to me this gift for That's right.
Designed effects. The sound of a machine cutting metal is used for the darts firing.
You know, it wasn't the Wizard of Oz, it was the Wiz, and you knew it was going to be urban and have great music and be really a lot of fun. I really don't think it's a film that has a time period. It really is a classic. None of the clothes really say any one period or the other. It also was kind of groundbreaking because we didn't have a lot of films that told the Black American story, which is just really fun to see it, you know, Black context. It's a work of art. It's really
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
This gave rise to, particularly to Hitchcock, feeling that he could do a painted backing for any scene, and you can't do it always. Sometimes you need that break. You need something to kind of break the backing look. Twirly, and we got down to the bottom. I don't know that I would do it ever again, but I was younger when all of us were younger. We tested the extremes to the danger point. So we then lowered down each face and photographed in every direction possible, every 10 feet, and those became the background. Now, once we had examined and explored the face of the monument, we now could develop a series of
Alrighty folks, I am home from the Academy Museum. I want to give you a quick wrap up of everything, my thoughts. Amazing, spectacular, fantastic. This is the museum you want to and you need to go to if you are a movie buff, movie fan, movie maker, filmmaker, you want to get into the industry, you've been in it, you're retired from it, whatever it may be. The history is incredible. I mean, there are things, even if you've been studying film, that I'm sure you either may not know about or you may have missed or don't remember, or things you just maybe don't even learn about to begin with. It's fairly inexpensive to go considering the things you see and how much you see in all the exhibits. I think it was $25, and then depending on if you're a student, senior, so on and so forth, you get certain discounts. The Oscars experience was $15. I don't want to say I'm disappointed in it, but it's not what I expected, and I did kind of want or hope for something different. I did block out my name because I had a typo. Of course, it's one of those things where you can read and read and read, but it won't process the typo because you're reading your own name. I just double typed 2 of the letters in 2 different spots, so I just blocked that out. Now, before you go in, they tell you when, they start doing the Oscars announcement, and then you see your name pop up, you pick up the Oscar. What they didn't really explain very well is that you see like the one camera going in front of you, and as you saw in the footage, there's another camera, I guess, behind you, and they tell you the whole thing is 15 seconds. I was expecting me to be there for 15 seconds because I was doing more movements. Like, it cut off when I was looking at the Oscar, and I held it up again. I did like a couple more waves. So it cuts you off for maybe 5 seconds, and they're only actually showing about 10 seconds of you, if that. Maybe 8 seconds of it. I'll have to go back and check, or, when you're watching, you can look at it. But it's kind of awkward with the way they bring up the name. And then even when you're watching it, I was expecting it to be more kind of lifelike or realistic. And even with that, they tell you to keep your mask on, which I'm fine with everywhere. But in that room, you're the only one in that room. Like, it's only a one-person experience. The people operating the cameras are like behind the wall. So I don't really get the whole mask thing, and nobody in the audience is wearing a mask. So I'm like, can't in that one moment you take off your mask? And they're not cleaning that the Oscar awards. So, it's kind of, I know it's only the second day, maybe they'll change things, but it's kind of little here and there and back and forth with those specific rules. But holding the Oscar was super cool. That is one thing I wish you had more time with, that maybe just before you can lift it up, because you don't realize how heavy that Oscar actually is until you pick it up in that moment. And maybe they can have another experience where it might be free just to hold up the Oscar, or a paid experience just to take your own photos with it. I think that would be really cool to have like a nice backdrop. Right now, I think this is the only interactive experience that they have. Of course, they're going to bring movies and other premieres and showings in the future. As far as taking photos and videos, you were allowed to do that 95% of the places. The only spots you weren't allowed to, the Miyazaki, I think Miyazaki, if I'm saying the name right and if I'm remembering it right, that entire exhibit, you can't take photos or videos. And in one of the other floors, there are 2 animation sections. One is like Nightmare Before Christmas, and the other one, I forgot what it was. It's like a sculpture. So it's Nightmare Before Christmas art and then some kind of sculpture. There are specific signs, and the people attending the area tell you no pictures or videos of that specific item. So I had to, ask them to take a picture of like little script next to it. So as you saw, when I mentioned you can't take photos of the actual art, that was the only 2 places. So that was really cool that they let you be that free with taking photos and videos. And other than that, all the photos and videos came out great. A few instances, there was like a weird glare, or they would have something against the glass and then it's like a screen or some lighting behind it. So if you're trying to take a video and photo, you're capturing more of that from the reflection and the glare. I don't know if they didn't use like anti-glare or anti-reflective, whatever glass, but that I kind of wish was a little bit different. Other than that, I spent maybe 3.5 hours, 5. I got in about 5. I left at 8. No, I couldn't have been. I think a little bit before 5 and just before 8. So just under maybe 3.5 hours. I could easily spend half a day there. There is so much to see and experience and read about and watch. They have a whole bunch of different exhibits where you're watching movie scenes and creating movies and sounds and listening and diving into it. you can spend a whole lot of time there. It's remarkable how much there is. And with that, you kind of feel like there should be more. For example, the Terminator specifically, there were 2 areas where they had Terminator items. There was one where it showed the T-1000 from Terminator 2, kind of different statues of him evolving or changing from the molten plasma look, metal look to, Robert Patrick. And then there was a bust of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think that was also T2, I'm pretty sure, with like half his skull, as the Terminator skull. But that was it. And then that's two exhibits or 2 areas. But then for Gladiator, there was only one costume of Gladiator. Now, I completely understand a lot of these older movies, there may not be that much or anything at all left between costumes and props and footage or archival, whatever. But at the same time, I'm kind of, it's just odd to me. And I don't want to sound like I'm complaining because I'm not. It's just one of those things where you see like the Gladiator and I want more. Like, I want more of what Russell Crowe did and used and watched and studied and the props and setups and everything. So it's just one of those kind of like gluttony or being greedy as a fan and a guest that you want. Oh, that's shaking a little bit too much, sorry. You just want to see more because you're so involved and getting into it that you just want to get more and more and more for it. But yeah, anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. If you have any questions or comments, as always, feel free to leave them down below. This is a permanent museum. Get your tickets and go. Also, make sure you are, I don't know if you need a COVID test or a vaccine, but they asked us for a vaccine verification and wear a mask the whole time. Please just do it, comply. It makes it easier for everyone and a better experience. It's really, the AC's on, so you'll be fine in there. You'll breathe fine. Other than that, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for the future.